Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Actors Are Born. Today, I'll tell you the story of one of the greatest divas from Hollywood's golden age, a woman of magnetic beauty and an indomitable spirit, Ava Gardner. Nicknamed the world's most beautiful animal, her life was a captivating novel of overwhelming successes, stormy love affairs, and a constant search for freedom. Born into a family of poor tobacco farmers in Grabtown, North Carolina on December 24, 1922, Ava Lavinia Gardner was the youngest of 7 children. Her childhood was marked by the hardships of the Great Depression. However, her destiny changed radically in 1941 when her brother-in-law displayed her photograph in the window of his New York City photo studio. A talent scout from Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer noticed the picture and got her a contract. At 18, the country girl with a dimple on her chin and green eyes arrived in Hollywood, ready to conquer the world, even though she knew nothing about acting. The first few years were an apprenticeship. MGM had her take diction classes to smooth out her strong Southern accent and gave her small, often uncredited parts. The breakthrough came in 1946 with the film noir The Killers, alongside another newcomer, Burt Lancaster. In this film, Ava defined the character she would often play in her career, the femme fatale. From that moment on, her rise was unstoppable. Films like The Snows of Kilimanjaro, 1952, based on a story by Hemingway, and John Ford's Mogambo, 1953, established her as one of the biggest stars in cinema. From Mogambo, where she starred alongside Clark Gable and Grace Kelly, she received her only Academy Award nomination for Best Actress. Her career continued with memorable films such as The Barefoot Contessa, 1954, which almost seems like a portrait of her own life, On the Beach, 1959, and John Huston's The Night of the Iguana, 1964, considered by many to be her last great leading role. For this latter performance, she earned a Golden Globe nomination. However, Ava Gardner's life was not just about movies. Her existence was marked by a turbulent private life and passionate love affairs that made headlines in all the newspapers. She married 3 times. At just 19, in 1942, she married the young star Mickey Rooney, but the marriage lasted only a year. In 1945, she married the famous clarinetist Artie Shaw, but this union also ended in divorce the following year. The great love of her life, however, was Frank Sinatra. Their relationship, which began while Sinatra was still married to his first wife, Nancy, caused a huge scandal. They married in 1951, and theirs was a stormy marriage, made of furious quarrels, jealousy, and mutual infidelities. It was an overwhelming and destructive passion, also marked by 2 abortions by the actress, who was convinced that their relationship was too unstable to raise children. Despite their official divorce in 1957, they remained connected forever. It was Sinatra who paid her medical expenses after a stroke hit her in 1986 and stayed by her side until the end. Tired of the pressure of Hollywood, which she called a gilded cage, in the 1950s, Ava moved to Spain, where she found refuge and became passionate about the local culture, particularly flamenco and bullfighting. While there, she also had a relationship with the Italian actor Walter Chiari. She spent the last years of her life in London, away from the spotlight. Her last film appearances were little more than cameos in films like The Cassandra Crossing, 1976. She smoked and drank heavily, and emphysema forced her to live with the help of an oxygen tank. Ava Gardner died on January 25, 1990, at the age of 67 from pneumonia. She was buried in the Smithfield Cemetery in North Carolina next to her family members. The American Film Institute ranked her 25th among the greatest female screen legends in history. Ava Gardner was not only a breathtaking beauty, but a strong, independent, and nonconformist woman who lived her life with courage and without compromise, leaving an indelible mark on the history of cinema and in the collective imagination. Thanks for listening to Actors Are Born. Until the next episode.